First ride, fresh out of the bed. I'll do a walk around here in a second, but we gotta go enjoy this thing real quick. Still not even warmed up yet. We'll give her a second before we go wide open. Friggin' lifted, man. It pulled me back. I'll do a more in-depth walk around another time, but just wanted to record since we just got her home. This is a brand new unit. I mean, it still smells new, like no one's ever floored it. Literally perfect. I know I just showed the cluster, but literally never used in the mud. You can't duplicate this if it was ever dirty. Absolutely stoked to own this. I wish I had it when I had the orange lifted me out of, but hey. Better late than never, right? This is the worst part of the bike, is this one corroded bolt. You're gonna get a new one of those. Super cool. This is gonna hurt the first time we go in the mud with it, that's for sure, but hey. No garage queens here. Alright guys, showing you another walk around of it just because I don't even want to ride until I document how clean it is. I know I showed you guys already insides, but it's mostly for myself so I can look down the line in years and see that I actually had a brand new unit. You'll be seeing something else shortly in this video here too, but this one is next to brand new. Literally perfect condition, besides one bolt here, which I have replacements for, but very weird those are corroded. Don't know why. Just look at this thing. Brand new. I wish Yamaha did a better job of actually painting the underside of these plastics. It's kind of pathetic how much overspray and how thin it is they'd leave it. But it is what it is. I know they're not show bikes. Just wish they were actually full color plastics like back in the day, not just paint. Probably a pretty boring video for most of you guys, but that's okay. I'm doing this for myself. Oh, got some dirt in the lug already. Also these over here too. It's like, I guess because the bike had a plow on it, maybe he was using it in the salt and snow, and this is about the, like where your boots were. So I guess that's why there's a little bit of rust there. Hurts to even say that there's rust on it. Those are just crappy bolts, but like I said, we already got new ones of those. The only mod that I've done to it is thrown back on my fudge shifter, because why not? Show bike. Looks sweet, and we got rid of all the warning label stickers. Gonna get different of the rivet ones here with a logo in it or something. We'll get rid of these. And as crazy as this sounds, I'm gonna contact my tint guy, Nate, and we're gonna clear bra this quad most likely. Yeah, you heard it right, clear brawing a quad. I'm just a nut and I don't want to scratch this thing. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but I care about my stuff, and though it's not the rarest thing in the world, it is a 1 year only color, and I'm sure these plastics are very hard to find, and or probably $1,000 for everything, because why wouldn't they be? I'm going to be changing out the tires here too, because I'm not a fan of the Zillas. They're not great unless you're mud bogging all the time, which this machine is not going to be snorkeled or radiator relocated or anything like that. I'll show you the mileage here too. 64.9 hours, 263 miles. Just been riding around the yard a little bit. But only mods that came with the bike: heated grips, heated thumb throttle, which, I mean, they could have done a way better job than just electrical taping this, so we'll do that over a little bit. It's got a winch on here already, KFI winch, and it came with a KFI plow. I haven't even shown that yet, but most likely, depending on how the wiring looks underneath the hood here, because I'm going to check out everything that they did, probably going to get rid of this winch and go with something maybe in the 4,000 pound family, but we'll see. If the wiring's good, I'll leave it, but if I got to redo what they did, might as well put on what I like. I guess back here there was like a reflector or something that someone had taken off, so I'm probably gonna just take off the racks and grind that smooth. Same thing goes for the front markers. We'll get rid of these because they just look goofy as all hell. Some things that I have gotten already, not installed. I got some 2x8 rocks foot pegs here. They're gonna be nice and wide with a lip at the end here to catch your boot. And from Hunter Turco, I believe his name is. If I screwed that up, I'll correct myself, show in the box. But I got his diff brace, yet to be installed, but definitely a must for any style of riding that I'm doing. And then after that, I know we're already going off the deep end with mod ideas and stuff I want to do, but Eric at EHS going to do the tuned ECU, fuel programmer, and his exhaust tip. And then Andrew Deal going to do the clutch kit, machine sheave, greaseless weights. This thing's gonna be standing up, no problem. Just gonna enjoy it for a few rides, ride it stock. I've already ridden my buddy Jerry's Grizzly with the HMF full exhaust and the EHS optimizer, and I did a shim mod on the clutch, and it runs real strong. So yeah, once I get her clear broad and just go over the wiring a little bit under the hood. Oh, also, I want to do the EHS air intake just because the factory air filters on here have no clamp, and dust and whatnot can go in between the air box and the air filter itself, and that's no good. So we'll get that done. But just taking it easy. Spent a good chunk of change on this and not really looking to dump 2,000 plus into it already. Doesn't need anything, just stuff that I want to do. And since we're pretty much going to keep this one forever, I know you hear that a lot, keep it forever, but this one I've been talking about since the day it came out, and I've wanted an orange. So she's gonna stay here for a long time. Let's give it a start up here in stock form. Sounds so cute, like a BB gun, little air shooter. Silly little 1-inch banana tip choking the 700 pound. I'm just gonna keep walking around and showing things. It may be duplicated, but that's okay. Again, documenting this just for how clean it is. I mean, I take care of my stuff, but it's almost impossible to get it back when it's completely dirt free after going in the mud and rocks and sand and whatnot. This is the heated grip module. Turn both of those on, then they'll go off after a while, I guess. But if you hold it down, they shut down. Pretty cool. And also doing an AIS delete, that little pop at the end just reminded me of that. I don't know why they got to do, I mean, I know why for emissions, but it's ridiculous on a quad. About it. Let's go for a quick ride around the yard. One nice thing I like about the new bikes, you don't need to use the brake to shift gear. Color just rocks. Shade or sun, it looks real good. It's like a burnt orange, cinnamon, I don't know, it reminds me of a Viper orange. Awesome machine. Still debating on, I know I said I was going to change the tires, still debating on doing a 27 or a 28 inch in a Bighorn style, the Sun F brand, because they're half the cost and I'm not buying Maxxis tires. yeah. Oh, also too, just thinking of more things while I'm walking around. For the high beam, we already have the LED bulb in the garage. Gonna throw that in soon when I take the bike apart. Another thing, I don't know why they did LED lows, but halogen high makes no sense to me. It's only a couple extra cents, guys. I mean, seriously. That's about it. Storage-wise, EHS optimizer is going to be in here. Got rid of all the silly little warning labels that are all over the bike. God, stuff's annoying. Just going to do it little by little. Show you the next unit here. First ride on the new machine. It's gonna probably turn 7 miles and then it's total. Gotta put air in the tires, that's why the bars are crooked. Alright guys, next part of the video. I'm sure you've had enough of me talking about this quad for a while. So let me show you another brand new 21. This one, we'll get right to the good part. Right off the bat, so you understand what we're working with here. 7 miles, 10.1 hours. I already put a mile on it, and I've already put almost an hour on it. So that's just me riding around the yard and having fun. Brand new, sitting in a trailer since literally 2021. Used around the yard once, and that was it. Just gave it my shine, the sauce, because I like the bikes looking like this. You can hate it, I don't really care. They look good together. Funny story, I bought this one 12 hours prior to this one becoming listed, so this was supposed to be my Grizzly. Now, most likely going to go up for sale unless my pops wants to ride it, but we'll see. It's literally brand new. When I got it, there was cobwebs on it from the trailer, just literally sitting inside an enclosed trailer. Another perfect condition unit. Guys, again, I understand these bikes are still sold new, but when you find a couple-year-old one that's still in this good a condition, it's really nice to see, just because everyone takes these as their vehicles to just beat up and never care about. Not how I work. I like keeping them clean. This one's got a winch and a plow setup as well. This is a Warn combo. And then I have the KFI plow and winch, which sell in both because they don't need plows and winches. Sorry, they need winches, they don't need plows. Anyway, from the last video, on my orange one, do a quick thing here. I'm not sure if I had removed the stickers already for it, but those are all gone, all the warning stickers. Shifter was on, I know that. Threw on the Hunter Turco brace in the back, nice piece. And we have some 29x9, 14 Sun F's coming, Bighorn style, because as you can see, these are a 27, 10, 14, 27. And those are 25s. That is the same exact tire, measured with a tape measure and by eye. Those are both 25s in my opinion, so I hate the Zillas. So this is gonna look real good on the 29s. And they should clear. Everyone on the Grizzly forum said they would, so we'll see about that. But yeah, I mean, look at these two beauties. Just got lucky, and this one had come up on Facebook on a Grizzly page and sniped it right away. Start her up. Nothing done to either of them yet, still stock. This one's gonna stay stock, like I said, most likely gonna get sold, but we'll see. Crank them both up, why not? Both perfectly synced, as they should be. I mean, same bike. Gotta delete that AIS stuff. I hate that pop on D-cell. I also deleted the marker lights on mine. Got rid of the reflectors. I mean, that just looks terrible. I don't know why they thought that was the best spot to put them, but sure. Got rid of that crap on mine. Looks really good already. And from the first part of this video, we got the LED high beam in. Perfect comparison time. Why would they do a halogen? I don't know. And yes, my yard is a little bit concave here, but the bikes are identical height. Again, 27s, they're not. I might include some more pictures and stuff in this video, but you've already stayed long enough for a 15-minute walk around at this point of a machine and now my other new one. So if you're still here, congrats to you. Probably get in the woods for the next portion of this clip. I'm not just going to leave you guys hanging with some silly walk around. And it'll be good to look at in years' time down the road. Trying to show off everything on both of them. Like I said, once it hits the mud, it'll be clean, but never as clean as right now. 10.2. God, this thing could have no resale value by the time we're done with this video. This one, I don't have that on, but temperature I leave on. This will probably be the last and only clip you'll see of the camo one, but I'm sure we'll get more in the future. Whenever a clean one comes up for the right price, we'll definitely snag it. My Grizzly came with some Kenda Bear Claw Evos on these 14" x 7 SS wheels. Going to 29s, waiting on those to come in, but just dismounted these. These are literally brand new, stickers still on them. We'll show you what the 29s look like when they come in. Should be real nice. 29 914s. Get them mounted up. All right, so we're going from these stock 27s, which I'll show here. They're actually like 25s, maybe with the cleats they're 26, maybe, to a 29 914. Put a little mark on the ground here so that way we'll have an exact comparison when we're done, but you can see already. We'll get the tape measure out, measure from the racks to the ground. That way we see actually what we gain. Okay, so on the stock Zillas, we are about just a shade under 38 at the top of the rack. If you want to go 37 bottom of the rack, however you want. Okay, that's the back. Let's go to the front. Okay, and just 36.5 to the bottom of the rack. And for the tire, you can see 25.5 maybe at the top of the nub. So we'll come back to you with new results. Okay, just breathing on the tire here. 47 pounds for the stock SE wheel and 27-inch Zilla. Okay. Go to the new Sun F with the ITP. Wow, 1 pound less for a 29 with an aftermarket wheel. How about that? Gaining some clearance and losing some weight. 1 pound, but that's nice to see. It's not heavier. Yeah, I'd say there's a little bit of a difference there. It's gonna be perfect too. It looks like it's not gonna touch. Wanted ground clearance, and that's what we got. Let's get the fronts on. All right, 29s are on, and that's a true 29, not some BS. Back at the same line I painted on the ground. Look at the rack, 40 inches. That's a 3-inch upgrade there. All the ground clearance, which is fantastic. Clearly same size tire all around, so it should be 3 in the front as well. And it is. And it looks awesome. Makes you wonder why Yamaha even bothered with, again, 27s that still measure out to a 25.5 inch, which makes no sense. But let's go take it for a ride and see how it performs. It looks awesome on the ITP wheels too. quick test ride around the lot. Man, these tires are night and day. Absolutely incredible. The power steering difference feels amazing. Really no power loss. I mean, it doesn't stand up that easily on its own yet because it's all stock. But once you do some clutch mods and performance mods, she'll be killing the wheels no problem. But man, oh man, they look great. Again, just the comfort of the ride already night and day from the Zillas. Awesome. Couldn't be happier. Let's see what the next mod is in this video. Everything's still great with the tires. A couple of days later, we got our 1-inch rear wheel spacers in. It's jacked up right now, so it'll give you a false idea, but the rear wheel does sit in about 1 inch in the back, so you need to have that sit level. There's wheel spacers on. Perfect. Also got these Rocks look-alike foot pegs on here, real nice, and the Perfex footwell skid plates, so hopefully we don't break any of these like on my last Grizzlies, but we'll see. Today, doing the EHS air intake on her, some other parts coming from AD clutching. Let's get this installed. Literally 5 minutes later, ready to take off the stock air intake. Just wanted to show, I mean, besides this right here, put that right back, perfect. You can see, no mud's ever been caked on here. Header's clean. Brand new machine. Let's get this junk out of here. Apparently Yamaha thinks that this is okay for a filter seal. I mean, seriously. And all this air filter oil, it's really unnecessary, guys. Let's get some better parts on here. Okay, a little bit of time later, got the EHS billet plate mounted up in there, bolted, RTV'd, and everything. RTV'd this little drain thing back there because I'm never going to flood this bike, so I'm not worried about that. RTV around the bolts, air filter's all bolted in. Let's get her back in the bike. Quickly too, I forgot to add in, also did a AIS delete, which is on these Grizzlies and Kodiaks. On D-cell, you hear all sorts of popping and whatnot. It's just a fuel enrichment, emissions, BS stuff, so the bike should run a little bit richer and or just a little bit happier until we do the EHS tuner and flash. But eventually, this right here, this is the AIS itself. I'm going to buy the block off plate for that so we can delete this hose and the solenoid up over there, and we'll get rid of this altogether and just put a cap on it. But for now, there is a cap underneath this pipe blocking it, which when I did my buddy Jerry's Grizzly 700 air intake, they sent that cap in the kit of the air intake. Did not get it this time. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Put my own on. So I'm just going to plug in the IAT sensor and go over everything. Plug these two back in just because getting to the air box bolts on the side here are kind of silly, especially on this side, but it's going together just fine. Good morning, guys. We're finally out here. Going to test out the new unit. Better late than never, right? Missed the prime color change in our area, but it is what it is. Still gonna get some good pictures. And I get my final walk around of the bike before we destroy it with mud. Nah, I know, I'm exaggerating the whole thing. It's a quad, it's meant to do what we're doing with it. I'm not gonna hurt it or anything, hopefully, but it is what it is. Definitely be able to get some good pictures back here. Hopefully no one's here today and we'll be able to have a complete solo ride day. Let's get her unloaded, warm her up, have some fun. Okay, enough of me talking about it. Let's get to riding. Just one more quick little look. Because unfortunately, no matter how good a condition I take care of it, it'll never be not scratched again from jeans or waders rubbing against the side plastics. Never gonna be dirt and mud free completely. unfortunately, I mean, as you guys saw, the EHS air intake went on. For AD clutching, I ordered their exhaust tip, and it's coming from Canada, and it just keeps delaying and delaying and delaying. So unfortunately, no exhaust tip yet, but shows next week delivery, and that's when we're going to head out to Lost Trails with the bike. So hopefully we can get it on before the next trip, and we'll have a nice sound clip comparison. Free up maybe a couple horsepower, it says on the website, but we'll see. That's it. I mean, no mud on the exhaust, no nothing. It's gonna go from brand new to used right quick. Strap up the Insta360, go cruiser around. I filled it up with fresh 93. It had about maybe a quarter to a half a tank left of, I don't know, maybe old regular. Didn't smell that great, but we put some Berryman in. Rode it around as much as we could around the house, so that way when I go wide open for a while, it's got good gas through it, but she'll be fine. It's not tuned or anything yet. Still stock ECU. Not cold enough today to use the heated grips, but we'll get there. Warming up now. Let's get to it, guys. Let's go hit some mud. Looks like a beautiful day out here today. All right, let's get to it. Like I said, it's gonna get scratched up right here, and it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it, but it's what the machine's meant for, guys. Let's go warm her up. We'll take it nice and slow. Get the CVT system all warmed up, belt nice and warm, and then we'll start getting on it. Let's do it. Real quick, what I said about those heated grips before, I got them on the lowest setting just because I haven't even tried them out. Wow, that's a big difference. I've only owned a handful of quads with them, but never ridden with them. And there it is. Well, guys, how about that for breaking her in? Oh yeah, we're in the waders. We could do this. And there we have it. In the river. Oh, man. That's it. Bandage is ripped. Bike's warmed up. Oh, gosh. This thing. Wow. These heated grips are freaking warm, huh? Wow, on the lowest setting. Well, all right, guys. Immediate things I notice. Just take my goggles off to talk. That my tires do rub here on big dips. I feel it in the plastics. Not a big deal. Just want to make sure I'm not cutting anything with the new Perfex aluminum skids. Yeah, they don't appear to be hitting the metal, and I don't see any issues with the tires. So it's probably just this edge right here that I'm going to have to cut. But look at the bead. I didn't even wax this thing. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. Man, oh man. What a unit. This friggin' Elka's on the other bike didn't even do as good as the stock on this. That's crazy. What a shame I wasted $2,200 on that crap. Oh! Moment one, ripped the skid plate. Serious? Oh my god, the other one's gone. What the hell? Okay, so it's getting full aluminum skids. I already lost them. What a poor design. The front one's still here? Yeah, the front ones are on. What the hell? It's totaled. I gotta call Geico. What the hell? Jeez. All right, well, let's get back to it. Rip the other one off. I don't want it. That's ridiculous. What a shit design, huh? My friggin' stock ones on my 09 or 2012 rather never came off. And I'm on friggin' 29s for Christ's sake, eh? Oh, there it is! Look at that, we found it! If I cared about this, I'd never find it. What the hell? Ripped right through the bolts. Alright, we'll go and bolt the other one since I found this. What a shit design! Come on, Yama Chinese. Okay, literally back of the truck, unbolted the other skid plate that was hanging off, and yeah. I'm not wasting any time. On the way, full skids. Should I have done this to begin with? Yes, they were already running a sale at $522 for the whole set, but I just bought the footboard skids because I never had a problem with the factory plastics on my last bike. Guess the new stuff just isn't as good, unfortunately. But new ones are on the way. We'll get those installed as soon as possible. Unfortunately, this section of my area here is always just too deep. I am almost up to my balls. I'm just not gonna do it without snorkels. I've done it with my other Grizzly. I don't need to do it with this one. It's just like a 30-foot area that's too deep. The rest of the river we can do, but almost to the top of the 29s already, and there's just no need for me to go further. Boy, does it look sick sitting there. First mud pit. This isn't even that difficult. Done on the 250s 1,000 times. Idling through. Idling. Oh man, that's funny. Gotta love that. Okay, I didn't even need to put it in low or four-wheel drive. Come on. We're gonna put her in low because this one looks a little sticky. Oh yeah. Nope, didn't put it in four-wheel though. How about that? Dude, with ease. I'm barely breathing on it, folks. Come on now. It's a beautiful thing. That ground clearance with the 29s. How about that? These ruts are deep. Woo-hoo! Oh yeah. Man, oh man. Let's take a look at her all dirty. Yes, sir. How about that? Ain't new anymore. Nah, we're good anyway. All right, guys, I know I said I was done filming, but end of the day, just having fun in here. 29s are the best decision I've ever made. As you can see, we barely touched the skid plate. And no, I'm not stuck. I got off just simply to take a look at her. That's it. We're gonna go for a ride here in a second, but I just want to show you that's some thick mud. I mean, yes, sir. Let's have some fun. Also, these pegs are absolutely incredible with the side boot guard. I've been doing it wrong all these years without that. Great product. I'm just playing with it at this point. I've never been able to do the rut so nicely. I've never seen a quad beat mud off like that. That's pretty impressive. Usually it just sticks and grips and that's it. Wow. Dude, the 29s are killer and they're not too wide to where they're bogging up. Oh man. Very happy with my choice on that, for sure. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go back through that mud hole because that was fun as hell. Here we go, here's the sticky stuff. Yes, sir. Collision because I fucking took my hand off the bars, you stupid asshole. What a dipshit. What a useless dipshit. All because you want to hold the camera. Alright, just kidding on I'll start filming at the next ride. Got home, still light out. We're going to clean this thing. One thing I noticed loading in the truck is already the bottom side of the fenders here where they don't paint that well is already, as you can see, flaking right off. So I'm sure with the power washer that's going to take this whole edge off and hopefully it stays down there beneath this casting line or plastic line, whatever you want to call it. This side's doing the same thing too. What a crap quality control. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually, but really, first ride, but is what it is. So hopefully the power washer doesn't do too much damage. Got my little concoction of Simple Green and some other cleaners. Got a pump bottle. I always do this before touching the bike with any sort of sponge or just power washing it, especially for dry dirt mud. Really nice to just break it up. Especially on older tires that are like brown and whatnot. Let this stuff soak into it, eat it, and then power wash it. It'll be real nice. Get this done. Get you some clips of it all soaped up. And that way she goes. So I'm power washing it. Like I said, I was going to keep a watch for the edge here, but Yamaha's got this cool paint. I guess it's not waterproof, huh? Because watch this. Here's another complaint for you guys to pick out. I freaking cracked the footwells still. You don't realize stuff till you wipe it down and wash it. That was not cracked. You gotta be kidding me, even with the aluminum skid plates. I didn't even hit anything. Oh man. Oh well. Just wax the bike and then put some spray wax on top. Shout out Mr. Sam. Great products there, sir. Look at this thing. I know we said we couldn't get it back to brand new. I mean, hey, you want to nitpick, she's a little dirty, but whew, basically brand new. Everything did great. Some light scratches from my pants, but hey, waxed out those as much as we could. Everything else, real nice. Happy that the bike does still look new, as long as you don't let the mud and everything. Oh, we got a leaf down there, gotta get that. But everything's looking real nice. I also spray a lot of product on here. Not SC1 per se, something different, but I'm gonna keep that to myself because I don't want everyone going out and buying it. But look at this thing, all buttered up, looking real nice. It's gonna get filthy again in less than a week, but hey, it's all part of the game. Gotta take care of your machinery. Okay, now, unless we have new mods or we're going riding again, this part's officially done. All right guys, so finally from AD Clutching, I got my exhaust tip in. I went with the 45-degree 2-inch outlet. I'll show you it right quick. This here, nice piece. Probably polish it out just because it's kind of dull, but it's all right, we'll get it on first. And we also picked up a spark arrestor because this is just good to have, especially when it's dry around here. Keep it safe. So let's get this installed. But first, let's hear how it sounds stock. Okay, so as you can hear, it sounds like a little rice shooter. I don't know, it's just so restrictive and just sounds like air is trying to rush through it, but not that great. So let's get this new tip on. I'm gonna leave the phone exactly where it is and we'll be done here in about 5 minutes. I mean, seriously, just a wall blows right into. I know this is no earth-shattering news. Plenty of people have had this video on YouTube, just showing what it looks like from a 360 view. This is crazy. Look at the difference. All right, let's slap this guy on. Also, the stock bolts, you could reuse them, but I went to my local hardware store and got some stainless hardware, because why not? Putting on a nice tip, why are you going to reuse some old ugly bolts? Alright, so that install took all about 2 minutes. I don't know why they just can't include the stainless hardware. My cost on that was $5 for the bolts, so you know, that's just a nice thing for the company to send, especially when you got a nice exhaust tip. But I'm gonna wipe the fingerprints off real quick so we don't burn those on there, and we'll get right back at you with the sound clip. 5 minutes later, bike is still warm. Alright, back in the garage. Like I said, wouldn't show you guys anything unless we're upgrading. Today's an upgrade day. Got the Perfex full aluminum skids. They also sent in a full kit the footwell boards, but we don't need those, so I'm going to sell them. The new ones that came in the kit, clearly. But here they are, full one-piece center. Got the front and all the control arms. Let's get this big girl stood up, start disassembling. This is going to be a couple-hour project, looks like. All right, and after a few hours later, some fiddling around, and we had to take off the footboard skid plates, of course, to get them to slide in, but it's all right. I think in the kit we're missing the 2 front clamps here because we have 2 extra carriage bolts left over, so I'm going to contact the company and see what they say about that. But other than that, everything else went pretty good. Definitely some difficult areas to get through some bolts by axles and whatnot, but all in all, solid kit. Hopefully it does the job, but it looks really good for now. Rolling out to Lost Trails. Got Jerry behind us. Just crossing over the Del Water Gap. See if we got some good fog this morning. Not bad. See you guys out there. All right, we're at Lost Trails. In the beginning of the video, you saw a mint camo Grizzly. Here she is again. A friend of mine bought it. Got my unit out, skid plate's looking real good. Excited to ride with the exhaust tip. See how she does on actual trails. And we got Jerry's Grizzly out here. Older video of that with the HMF Swamp Series and the EHS tuner. Can't wait to do that to mine in the next season, but should be a great day. Weather's perfect. Got a little bit of rain, so there shouldn't be too much dust. Got the Insta360 on. Let's have a good one. Yes, sir. Figure they're not deep. Well now, playing in a big sand pit, and I got bit. Woo! Doesn't look like it, but we are sitting on the skid plates. She's just digging. Time to winch it out. Yeah, that was some thick shit. Luckily I had some other people with us today. It is soft. Wow. Filled. Guys, look at the temperature after all that, 130 degrees. This exhaust tip, I think, makes a huge difference, because this would always stay at 160, 180, ripping like that. All right, guys, solid day of riding. All the machines did great as expected. This will pretty much be a wrap for the first video here, unless we find some damage once we clean her up. But other than that, loving this thing. The exhaust tip, absolutely fantastic, sounds wonderful. Tires are great. The other new machine did fantastic too. Got about 30-40 miles on it now. Solid ride today. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end, see you when we get some more mods.